Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing and board game aficionado. And this is going to be an unboxing video for Gloomhaven. As you can see, when I say unboxing, I mean literally still from the Amazon box. I've not even opened that yet. This was, I don't want to say an impulse buy, because it's kind of expensive for an impulse buy, but I've really been looking forward to Gloomhaven quite a bit. As somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons and enjoys tactical strategy games and dungeon crawlers and the fantasy genre, all of that is very much in my wheelhouse. And I have been dying to play what has been the highest rated board game since it came out in 2017. I don't actually know a whole lot about it. I've only just started looking into it, but I think part of it is discovering things along the way, so you also don't want to spoil too much about the game. So I am officially going to look inside this box and then open the next box, and it's probably going to be a whole lot of me oohing and awing and saying holy crap and remarking about the size and weight of the box, but I thought it'd be fun for people to watch me do that. So let's go in and take a look at Gloomhaven. Oh my gosh, it's a box within a box. How exciting! Literally, this is not what I expected. Okay, so I need to, oh my gosh. That is a big legit box. Okay, I see it. Let's try not to get my address in the video too much. Okay, we've got Gloomhaven on here. Weight, 9.8 kilograms. That feels heavy as hell. Let's get this down. And apologies if I end up bumping into the mic at all. And hopefully the lighting is good enough. It is a very cloudy, rainy day today. I'm trying to use the natural light as much as I can, so we don't get any nasty glares. Alright, so box the second. This one is taped far more seriously. There we go. Oh, dang it, it's upside down. Look at the size of this bad boy or girl. Probably can't even quite tell until I actually lift it out of here, but it is padded in with styrofoam pads. Feels very glossy. Y'all, this is extremely heavy. Okay, come on. There we go. Wow. Wow. Okay. We've gone through 2 boxes to open this one. And there you have it. This is the outer box. Now we're still getting a little bit of a glare, aren't we? I don't know if I can angle it right there. We go. There's Gloomhaven. And it's hard for me to explain just how heavy this thing is, but it's heavier than it looks, if that makes sense. The artwork is fantastic. It's just showing like a big, just fantasy scene of a town, it looks like. See on the sides, there's some portrait artwork along with various awards from different websites. 1 to 4 players, 30 minutes per player. Now this is a very big, long game, but the idea is you play it over the course of, I don't know, something like 100 hours. Something. It includes a bunch of scenarios, and you're supposed to keep playing these scenarios, but what drew me to this is the fact that unlike Mage Knight, which is another big RPG game that I like that I don't play very often, this one you play in shorter bursts. The quirk being it takes forever to set up and tear it down, to where a lot of folks say, hey, just leave it set up somewhere in your house forever, which probably not going to work too well for me, but we'll see how it goes as I struggle to turn this thing around and lift it up. Welcome to Gloomhaven, a cooperative game of tactical combat in a unique, evolving fantasy world. Each player will assume the role of a hardened mercenary with their own personal motives. Together, players will fight through a campaign of scenarios that reacts and changes based on the player's actions, creating a unique game state full of discovered treasure, retired adventurers, and permanent choices. So a lot of folks say, it's supposed to be D&D in a box. I don't think that's ever going to be very accurate. Somebody who plays D&D, you're never going to exactly recreate that kind of feeling and that kind of gameplay, nor would I necessarily want a board game to be able to do that. But what this does, I believe, is specifically recreate like the tactical combat of Dungeons and Dragons, as well as the feeling of leveling up heroes over the course of several campaigns. And I think the idea here is, as I just read, you actually level them up to some kind of max level, you retire them, and then play a new character. So you're playing multiple characters through your campaign. All right, let's actually take a look at the box very, very carefully. Open up without cutting the sides. It's taped on each end. Okay. Woof. It's a monster. Okay. Hopefully I'm not rolling things over. I expect to have to punch out a lot of things, but a few things are as fun, frankly, as opening a new board game box. I'm trying to lift the box while it slides out. Can you feel the strain? I can feel the strain. Feel my pain. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Holy crap. Oh, that's cool. It's got a map on the side there. Holy crap. All right, let's I can put this here to kind of block some of the light. There we go. All right, we've got a rule book. Stop! If you'd like to prefer to watch a video explanation of the rules, I'm seeing this a lot on pretty much every modern board game of the era. They know our generation, unfortunately, doesn't like to read. Not that we don't like to read, but just, videos are so helpful and useful, and a lot of people, frankly, learn better by, some people learn better by reading, some by listening, and some by doing. Everybody's going to obviously, I think, learn a little bit by doing, but there are folks that legitimately will just learn better through watching someone teach them the game rather than having to go through this rule book, which is approximately 50 pages long. It looks quite comprehensive. I'm certainly not going to try to parse what it's all about. I'll be probably looking over this for the days to come, but that is a brief look at the rule book in any case. We have a really nice spiral notebook, I think, done in a style of like a folder. Man, this is such a cool thing to have. A spiral notebook. Oh, this is I believe this is the scenario book. So this actually lists all the scenarios. I wonder if I'm not supposed to actually flip through this thing, because it uses the same couple of boards, and then it just dictates where different creatures go, where all the traps go, where you're supposed to go, and all those things. So some of these maps are pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm meant to actually flip through this. I'm not really looking at it very carefully, obviously, but there are a lot here. Look like 95 at the end, 95 scenarios, and each one of these is a full game. So yeah, people are definitely saying this is this is quite the game. Okay, separate road events 0 to 30. Starting city. In addition, remember to create the city's available. Oh, that's just your recommendations for each class. All right, that's just telling you how to do setup. So there we go. Rule book and then a scenario book. Haven't even really gotten to the components yet, but there's a lot in here. Let's see. This is a book with something attached to it. Whoops. Town records. This town records is sealed. I wonder if I'm supposed to open this yet. Maybe not. I've never had a legacy game before. Legacy games are games that you permanently change. You alter the game, which is a new thing for board games. It's something that a lot of people balked at. Like, I'd never take a permanent marker to my game. But it turns out to be really, really fun because, you end up playing that game only so many times anyway. And that makes a kind of lasting, memorable impression of the game. So the idea here, as you can see, a little bit of a bent corner, but doesn't look like any of the stickers got affected. These are actual stickers that you affix to, I believe, the world map that I'm about to open up. So you permanently change your game and create your own campaign as you play. Kind of like how, no two people's game of Skyrim or, Breath of the Wild or anything will be exactly the same. There is the world map, and you can say the game, I believe, is named after the town of Gloomhaven, which is the kind of hub, Tristram or, whatever equivalent you want to use for a safe haven between adventures, basically. Looks like a nice kind of fantasy map, and there's kind of an insert of a blow-up of Gloomhaven right there. Global achievements at the top, and it looks like you have spaces to mark prosperity here at the bottom. This is a pretty thick map. I expected kind of a bigger map, but I think, as I said, the majority of the game is actually spent on the smaller tactical pieces and not the overland map. Sheets of stickers. Location stickers. Lots of nice little locations. So these are actually, I guess, maybe you're like founding cities or discovering where certain sites are. So they're actually putting all these things on the map, which is pretty interesting. They all look like they are various Crypt of the Damned, Decaying Crypt, Temple of the Seer, Forgotten Crypts, a lot of crypts. Slave Pens, Tribal Assault, Ghost Fortress, Magma Pit, Fading Lighthouse, Arcane Library. This is some fantasy-ass shit, and I love it. I'm here for it. The Burning Mountains, the Plain of Water, Sunken Vessel, the Back Alley Brawl, Chained Isle. All right. So those are the locations I guess you're permanently discovering. Global achievement stickers. These are the things that you do in your campaign. You can end the corruption. You find ancient technology. You're joining various factions, I think. The voice silenced. The voice freed. Artifact recovered. Artifact lost. Artifact cleansed. These are the, I guess, permanent choices you make, and you affix these stickers to the board, presumably so you can remember those choices further along in the campaign. As a DM of D&D games, I know that it can be very important to remember things that happened, so you can make your own notes and be able to recall. Holy shit, these are all... These are pages and pages of cardboard punch-out sheets. Look at this. All of these have to be punched out. This is an afternoon right here of just punching things out. Look at this. Pages and pages and pages of shit to punch out. I have the biggest stupid grin on my face right now. Wow. Every single one of these has a hex grid map on it so that all these pieces can fit together and interlock, as well as various tokens, standees for monsters, player standees, traps, numbers, some really cool creatures. There's a round tracker in there somewhere. I'm liking this artwork very much, including the hallway art. It's all dimly lit, or it's got leaves on it, or I guess some of these are supposed to be probably crypts and others are houses, as well as traditional dungeons. I'm still pulling these out. More and more token boards. Good lord. All right. This game just has... Is this the entire box? I can feel the end. There's the end of it. All right. How many are there here? I wonder if I should have put them in order or not order. There's too many to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's well over a dozen, maybe 20 of these giant token boards full of pieces to use with the game. Holy crap. All right, the bottom of the box contains a number of white boxes with symbols on them. I don't think you can quite see it from this angle. I'm going to tilt. You can see there are symbols on each of these boxes. That means nothing to me right now. There are a literally sealed envelopes. How cool is that? So I assume you actually open this at some point at the game. It tells you probably to open a certain sealed envelope and tell you what happens. It's definitely a legacy game in that the game changes depending on the choices that you make. Some of these may never get opened in the course of a game, which is absolutely fascinating. It's really interesting. Like I said, this is my first legacy game, so that's quite interesting. You get a little character sheet, or I guess I should say a party sheet. Are there supposed to be more pages than this? There's only literally 5 of these. That's pretty disappointing. But this is, let's see, what does it say on there? Name, location, notes, achievements, reputation, and shop price modifiers. So that's kind of keeps track of the entire party's stuff, I guess. So you must have separate player sheets somewhere then as well. Oh boy. Look at that, just a random puzzle clue decipherer thing. Some of these I have no idea what they are. These look like tiny stickers. I'm gonna need a components list at some point. Hey, there is actually like foam insert in here at the very, very bottom. So here's the problem where I can see the insert is useful, because as you can see, 20 pages of token sheets obviously don't really have a space in here. They were just thrown in here like this. So the only things that actually have the insert is this bottom row, which includes, this looks like a really cool maybe health and mana tracker for characters with some dials. There looks like there are, I think it's you can play this game 4 players. So yeah, there's 4 of these dials. Very cool. Oh, there's more of these. God, are these like the miniatures? So I shouldn't open these willy-nilly. 1 of 2. Yeah, I think it sounds like the miniatures are in here. So unfortunately, there's no section that says like stop, don't open this or that, unless I just skipped that. There is a components. Let's see. There's the component list. So let's see. Those are the character tuck boxes. Yes. So there is a deck and a miniature token for each character, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 characters that you can play. I think the idea here is that you can only play some of them, and then you unlock other characters, which tells me that you're not supposed to actually even know. Okay, here we go. When a player begins their journey, he or she will select one of the available character classes to play. Only 1 copy of each character class can be played in any given scenario. Each class will have a unique ability. Obviously, when the box is first opened, the Brute, Tinkerer, Spellweaver, Scoundrel, Cragheart, and Mind Thief are available. There's only 6 characters available at the beginning. And it looks like it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibly. There's a chainsaw one. I think it says the number on there somewhere. This one does not. I really want to start opening and looking at all these miniatures, but I really think I'm not supposed to. So everybody's got a mini, and everybody's got their own deck of cards. So unlike Dungeons and Dragons, Gloomhaven is a card-based game instead of a dice-based game. So it's a little more strategic because you can kind of choose which abilities you want to use rather than having to roll dice and see if your things hit or not. Oh, there's 2 more right there to make 17. So we've got all of these character. I assume this includes the character sheet as well. I want to open one of these, but I don't know which one. Let's see. Go back to the symbols. Should I open just one of them to see what it is? All right, let's see. The Brute is the crown-looking symbol. That's this one. So let's take a look at, okay, so I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if the symbols match up. So these first 6 are okay, and then it's these 2, maybe? No. I don't know what the, oh yeah, that one says 2 of 2. This is it's like a lion symbol, except I don't see the lion symbol on here as one of the first classes. So maybe the numbers actually don't line up, but this one is the Brute. This is the crown symbol. Right? Oh shit, except these are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So there's 2 of these for some reason. 2 of 2. Oh, 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. That's why. So whatever this class is, there's 2 miniatures for. So it must be some kind of class that maybe transforms. Maybe it's a different kind of miniature. That was my confusion. There was one too many of those. All right, so let's look at the crown, which I believe is the Brute. So I'm going to open up just one of these. So it should be okay to open. Be very careful. Oh, this includes a whole ton of stuff. Okay, so this does have the character sheet, which is a just straight up the Inox Brute. Once again, only like 4 or 5 pages though. I guess in theory, unless you replay the game, because in theory you play one character through the whole campaign, they retire and you don't play that character again, and then you play that campaign for dozens of hours. So I guess you wouldn't need to replay one character too many times in theory, unless you were passing it on to a different person. But you'd think they would give you more sheets. There's only like 5 or 6 here, character sheets. I think that would be the cheapest thing to print. There is the actual thick cardboard player mat of the Brute. Focus. Thank you. Somewhat. Pretty cool. They've got their level on there, all their abilities. Nice artwork, and you can flip it over and see bigger artwork with some lore. And that represents the character, and it looks like there is a deck of cards in here, so you get your own deck of just about regular size cards. Looks like it has their abilities, and then a small deck that, I don't know what this means. Maybe that's how you, instead of rolling dice, you play these cards. I don't know how to play Gloomhaven yet, so I'm just guessing based on what I'm seeing. But it looks like, so even, you don't even open the full game. You only open the characters that you're playing with. And then you open more, I guess you unlock more characters as you progress in the game, which is very interesting. Oh, is there a, looks like there's also a standee. Nope, those are just like counters. Looks like some kind of counter. Cool. Let's look at the miniature for the Brute then. And what's interesting is this is very much, I mean, it's a fantasy world, but these are not D&D based races or classes. Gosh, I'm kind of, this is a very, oh, it's a tight fit. I don't want to bend anything. We're just going to leave you open, I think. I mean, just based on the classes I read, Brute, Tinkerer, Spellweaver, Scoundrel, Cragheart, and Mind Thief. None of those sound like they are akin to D&D classes, although I can probably infer some things from them. Let's go back to autofocus. That's usually the better one. All right, so without ripping it, can we open this box? It's not taped. There we go. Ease it on out there. There we go. Okay. There's my mini. There we go. There's the Brute. I don't know. Well, you can focus on that, but there we go. This is covered in like skulls and rib cages and stuff. It's a nasty looking dude. Unpainted for sure. I am not a painter, but these minis look very, very cool and look like they yearn to be painted. And that's exciting. The fact that you don't even have to open the miniatures until you actually get to that point in the game. Oh, focus! Where are we? Are we gonna autofocus some point? What the hell is it focusing on? Good Lord. Okay. All right. I think we're wrapping things up, but we do have a few things to look at. Let's see. These look like actual enemy sheets. This shows a bandit commander. Deep terror. This is what the character monster sheets look like. They are 4-sided. Oh boy, it looks like you could actually slide them into here to create an even different kind of monster, maybe. Little envelope things. No, there's more. More of those. There's a lot of those included. These little envelopes. Let's see. We get standee plastic things to stand up all the figures. Cardboard tokens with symbols. Don't know what any of that means. More of those little cards that I saw in the character sheet book. These look like, I have no idea. More cards of different sizes. A lot of these are small mini cards that I've seen a number of games use. Ah, there's loot. Boots of levitation. Gain flying. Whoa. Wow, that's a lot of loot right there. Boots of striding. Everybody needs good boots. No fantasy adventure is complete without good boots. And then more standard size decks. Seeker of Zorn. Boy, it's like a background or a quest or something. The Road. Option A, run from howling safety. Option B, let the wolves come. This is a like event deck. Oh yeah, gain experience on the back. Interesting. And then city event decks. Wow. And I think that exhausts Gloomhaven without me literally going through and looking at all these individual cards and trying to break apart all these tokens, which again is just going to take me forever time to do. But I am very, very excited to certainly dive into this game. It's going to take me all afternoon to put it together and then probably even longer to try to set it up. But I will definitely provide my thoughts in the weeks to come on Gloomhaven, and thank you for watching this very lengthy but hopefully interesting unboxing video. Thank you.